This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
And scientists now believe that by 2050, it's only 25 years from now, we could be on the precipice of unlocking the technology for humans to be able to live 1,000 years.
No, that sounds awful.
That's the first thing I thought too. I was just like, no one's asking for that.
No, man, I don't want to be around this earth in 1,000 years. This place already seems like it's dying tomorrow.
They're talking about like AI is one thing, robotics is another thing, which kind of leads me to believe like almost like the Futurama heads in jars kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're also talking about nanotech, basically little tiny robots that would be injected into your bloodstream and would sort of just do upkeep from the inside. Like when tumors grow, it would take care of them. It would basically all of the things that your body does with time, the nanobots would put a stop to it, thus letting you live longer.
There's also just this conspiracy theorist in me that's like, that's how they get you, man. That's how they're making their new army, you know?
As soon as you let them inject the robots into your bloodstream, you've signed up, man.
But living 1,000 years, like, what purpose does that serve? What, do you want to be a vampire?
I guess that's just the thing, right? Is because, like, I think people hear, like, oh, we could live for 1,000 years. And it's like, oh my God, I could do so many things. I could read all the books. I could go to all the places.
When do you retire? Like, if we all are able to live 1,000 years, are we ever going to retire?
Right now, the average age of retirement is like roughly 65, right? With a life expectancy of like 80 to 85, and you're supposed to get those last like 20 to 15 years.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky to live and be free and then eventually die. So does this mean if the life expectancy jumps up to 1,000, do I have to work until I'm 980 before I can find... I love this job, but 900 years? Shoot me.
Also, imagine like going to the bar or something and everyone's like, look at these old asses with their 500-year-old heads in here. Like,
sorry, man. Legal drinking age around here is 347 years old. You're going to have to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, it would just put such a weird effect on the earth. Not to mention, the thing that nobody wants to say out loud. There's already 8 billion of us, and people are dying every day. Now we're all going to live to 1,000?
Yeah, I think we all need to die.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We have friend of the show, Tim, on the phone. Tim, you got a valid reason for wanting to live for 1,000 years?
Because I want to see the Leafs win the cup, man.
So you're saying there's a chance, eh?
There might be a chance in this next 1,000 years they win a cup.
Listen, getting humans to live to 1,000 years old would be a modern miracle. Getting the Leafs to win a Stanley Cup in the next 1,000 years is still too far.
Well, maybe you can inject Matthews with some of that stuff, too, and he'll be on the ice for 1,000 years.
Dude, the idea of there's always next year for like 970 more years of my life.
For 10 centuries.
Maybe we got a chance.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
All right, we got another recommendation for a draft idea from Joanne, who said we should do a draft of the best non-sexual feelings of all time.
Those things that they give you the rush of dopamine, whether it's something that happens to you or something you do, it just feels like you're on top of the world, even if just for a moment.
Satisfying things. So coming in at number 1, since I won rock, paper, scissors, you know what? It's a bit crass, but I saw a bunch of people text in, and I agree. I'm going to go with pooping.
Just taking a good poop. Just having it all work out.
Ultimate release, you know? Especially, we've all been there where you're holding it in for a bit too much, and nothing like unloading, if you know what I mean, right?
On the other side of things, I'm going to go clean. I'm going to go crawling into bed on a fresh set of sheets. Clean sheets in the bed at the end of a day is just like... It's like crawling into the nicest hug you'll ever have. It's just so good.
Coming in at number 2 for myself here, I'm going to go when your sinuses are blocked and you finally get them to clear and you have both nostrils able to breathe through.
That is a good one.
That is one of the most beautiful feelings of all time.
I'm going to go with one that maybe is a little bit corny. Maybe it's a little bit sappy, but it is, for me, one of the greatest feelings I've ever had. Seeing the person that you love walk down the aisle on your wedding day.
Okay.
When you look and you see that person that you're standing up with come around the corner for the first time, brother, there's not much that beats it.
You know, I have something actually that is pretty relatable for my final pick to that.
Okay.
I'd have to say that when you're golfing... and you get a pure hit. I mean, I've never been married before.
Right,
but
yeah.
I got to imagine that's what it feels like.
But it's pretty close.
Yeah.
It feels pretty close.
I'm watching that ball go straight down the aisle, and I'm like, I am so in love right now.
See, and the similarities actually continue because, right, you'll remember that moment you see your person. Every time you get into an argument, every time you have a fight, you'll remember that one beautiful moment. It keeps you going. The same way when you are shooting 12 on a par 3 and nothing's going right, you'll remember that one shot.
You can be having the worst day, and then as soon as you...
That said, if we're choosing sounds, I'm actually surprised that this fell this far down the draft board. I consider it a steal. The greatest feeling comes from one sound and one sound only.
No, disagree. I hate that sound so much.
You hate that sound when it happens to other people, but when you're the one at the front of the line scanning a ticket and that little jingle goes off, the dopamine goes off in your brain and you go, I did it.
Nope, I hate it so much that even when I do it, I'm like, sorry, guys. Sorry, I can't stand it.
That sounds like a you problem.
762-555. Who do you think had the better picks here? Most satisfying feelings that are non-sexual. I got pooping in at number 1. I got clearing your sinuses in at number 2. And I got the pure golf swing in at number 3.
I got fresh sheets in the bed at number 1. Seeing the person you love on your wedding day at number 2. And at number 3, the most beautiful sound.
If I had to make a list of the most annoying or frustrating sounds of all time, that's probably on there.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The numbers are in, and I'm proud to say... Victory! Catching a W in the draft here of satisfying feelings that are not sexual.
You know what's an unsatisfying feeling? Thinking you've got a shot at winning the draft and then seeing, and I'm calling him out specifically, Ben, who just texted in and broke the tie for you to win. That was pretty unsatisfying for me.
It was my pick of the number 2 that I think won.
Your number 1 pick of number 2?
Yeah. A lot of people even saying a good number 1 is very satisfying.
Dude, at the end of a road trip, or even not even at the end, when it's to the point where you just pull over on the highway.
The other big one on the text line was putting a Q-tip in your ear.
We're not supposed to do it. It says on the box that you're not supposed to do it. But I do it every day.
Oh, man, nothing better than a good eargasm, you know?
Just getting in there after a shower and drying it out from the inside.
Hey, sometimes the things that feel so wrong just feel so right. We do got in front of the show Jess on the phone. Jess, what's something you think we missed on our lists?
When you don't want to go to plans and you just have to cancel them for an actual reason, but it gives you an excuse to do it, and it just feels great. You don't have to go anymore.
Dude, even when you're fibbing and you just make up an excuse just to stay home on the couch, or you find out that someone had to bail on the night and you're like, yes.
That's just it. When the universe conspires to get you out of something you didn't want to do in the first place, you just it doesn't matter if you're a religious person or a spiritual person, you look up to the sky and you go, someone's looking out for me.
Yeah, 100%.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Crikey. Time for animal impressions with Croc and Digby. Sorry, Brock and Dalby.
All right, we've got $100 in Lotto Max tickets for tonight's jackpot on the line.
$21 million is up for grabs tonight. Winning $100 in tickets here on Animal Impressions would definitely help your odds of getting some of that money.
I've got another mating call for our contestants here. That is a red fox.
That is a nightmare, is what that is. If I hear that, even in the safety of my own home, I'm locking a door.
If you're not one of our three foxes, that does mean you are a judge, so 762-555. Let us know who should be the winner. We'll start on line one here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
There's Lenny here.
Lenny, all right. You ever heard a horny fox before?
No, but I probably act like one.
All right, well, this is what you need to do. Can you do that for us, brother?
Hey. Wah! Wah! Oh, yeah.
Listen, Lenny, I believe you're in the mood. I don't know that I believe you're horny. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to find out.
Well, I have my coffee this morning. I'm good.
All right, stay on hold, Lenny. You calm yourself down there,
I don't
brother.
like Lenny.
All right, let's go to line two. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. That's Mike.
Hey,
Mike. All right, we need you to be a fox looking for some action. Can you do that for us, buddy?
Sure, I'll try.
All right. What did it get kind of horse-like?
A little zombie horse, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Little zombie horse, but I like it. I think it was good effort.
All right, Mike, stay
Good
on
job,
hold,
Mike.
all right, buddy? Okay, let's go to line three. Caller three, what's your name?
Hey, it's Lewis.
Lewis. All right, you've got to hear everybody else. What do you think about all these turned-on foxes this morning?
I think you guys are about to get lucky.
All right,
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Let's see what you got. Almost a little Jurassic.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, stay on hold. Let's weigh out our options here. 762-555. Who do you think should win?
So we had Lenny, who I will say was a little bit lackluster. Like, he tried, but it didn't have the full oomph. And then we had Mike, who was kind of like a zombie horse. And then we had Lewis, who was like a dinosaur fox.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked Lewis.
Yeah.
Lewis got me a little excited.
Text line seems to agree with line three, so.
Lewis on line three it is.
Lewis, are you still there, my man?
Oh, yeah.
You are the horniest fox this morning, which means you get the ding, a round of applause, and $100 in Lotto Max tickets, all right? If you happen to win the big jackpot tonight, got some nickels and dimes for the fellas over here?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Foxy.
Yeah, we'll make that noise for you anytime, brother.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
World Stone Skimming Championships went down in Scotland last weekend.
Sorry, like skipping rocks?
Yeah.
There's a championship for that?
2,200 people from 27 countries came out to Scotland, this small town, to go and do this. But
Amazing.
a little bit of controversy.
Oh.
As I guess there were some cheaters out there. So they have to use these stones that are around 3 inches, and they actually have a measurement. They call it the Ring of Truth. The stones have to fit within this like 3-inch diameter there.
Okay.
And they noticed that the winner of this year, well, their stones, it looks like they had been etched out a little bit to make them smaller.
They had made them fit in, like they had made them more skippable.
A man named Dr. Matthews, also known as the Toss Master, says that he heard rumors and murmurings of nefarious deeds. Quote, there was a little bit of stone doctoring going down.
Stone doctoring. Okay, first of all, I don't know a ton about the culture over there, but I know the phrase toss master probably means something different from what it means over
This guy's
here.
a doctor, apparently, too. It's the craziest part.
Second of all, to find out in the same day that a stone skipping championship exists and is also rife with controversy is a crazy roller coaster of emotions.
Dr. Matthews says the problem was we didn't just notice at the time they were suspiciously circular. He says, lessons have been learned, and they will have to move on to an even greater event next year.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, the rocks are already in the lake. You know, you can't just fish them out.
A lot of people are very upset because it was an American who won.
Damn.
Skipping of a distance of 177 meters. So people very upset with the American right now.
The American bringing the stone skipping championship.
Jonathan Jennings bringing shame to the stone skipping championship.
Suspiciously circular is how I'm going to start describing anybody who seems shady
I
now.
feel like if you get caught cheating at the stone skipping championships, you have to be stoned, right?
Well, at the very least, you have to be thrown in the lake.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Jays played the Orioles this weekend, and one of their commentators, Brian Roberts, really ticked off a lot of people when he said this over the weekend.
It's like booing if a pitcher throws a ball.
I got to be real careful what I say, but sometimes we had some major questions about the baseball IQ of some Canadians here and there. I think, at times it felt like maybe they enjoyed or they knew a little bit more about hockey than baseball.
You gotta be really careful. I'd shut that down now if I were you.
The other guys are immediately like, don't do that, man.
It's just like, brother, have you seen Canadian sports fans? We do not want that smoke.
I mean, you want to talk about countries' IQs? I think we question the American IQ on more than just baseball sometimes.
I mean, even if you want to keep it to just a sports thing, you're going to tell me that booing the pitcher throwing the ball to first base is somehow worse than the fox glowing puck?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Where's your sports IQ now, America?
Now, of course, the next day, Brian Roberts did have to issue an apology.
Yeah, KB, I do want to apologize to Toronto fans for something I said on the air the other day. I definitely never, ever meant to cause anyone to feel like I was disrespecting them at all. I have always enjoyed coming to Toronto. I've always enjoyed playing here. I told you that when we first got here. So I hope that they will accept my sincere apology for what I said on the air the other day.
That's such a lame... I did not. When I said you're all stupid, I didn't mean for anyone to feel bad. I didn't think you'd be smart enough to understand what I was saying.
Now, I'll give this Brian Roberts guy the benefit of the doubt, and I think everyone can agree with me when I say if you do go to a Blue Jays game, 75% of the people there actually do not have an idea of what's going on. I think baseball is the last thing that is still affordable that you can go to, and you really don't have to have a clue about anything. I mean, there's a reason why with the new renovations, they added a whole section of cornhole and pinball. Most people aren't paying attention to the game.
No, it's an afternoon or a night out at the ballpark. It's something to do. Like you said, it's still probably the only sport that has reasonably priced tickets, but that's also not a Canadian thing. That is all ballparks in North America.
Well, even think about the Looney Dog games.
Yeah.
Those are selling out and doing the numbers they're doing, not because people want to go watch baseball. Sure, the Jays are hot right now, which adds an extra value to the ticket. But people are literally spending like $50, $60, $70 to just go eat hot dogs for a night.
Right, that's the thing. It's become this cultural phenomenon. It's actually annoying to the diehard baseball fans who just want to sit and watch the game and not have to contend with the foul smell of meat all around them for 3 hours.
Going to a Jays game is like going to the beach. Some people really love it, and others are just there.
There for something to do, and you just kind of have to deal with it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
K-Rock's What the Bleep with the Trues.
All right, the jackpot is sitting at $3,000 right now, and we've got Melinda on the line. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, and you?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. Hopefully we can put some money in your pockets. First thing we got to ask, have you been looking at all the wrong guesses?
I have been.
Okay, that's good. That puts you a step ahead of a lot of people. But Melinda, we've had 20 people play the game. We've had 20 people fail. What do you think makes you better than those 20 people?
I'm hoping no repeat answers puts me a leg up.
Okay,
let's see here. Here's the clip that you've heard a million times.
Hey, this is John Angus McDonald from the Trues. The one thing I never get tired of playing is...
What says you, Melinda?
I think it's Kingston.
Playing Kingston.
All right.
You want to lock
just
that
coming to Kingston, doing activities.
Okay. You want to lock that in?
I do.
Melinda, Are you ready?
I am.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay.
That's not it.
That's not it, Melinda. Sorry, but you did bring the jackpot up to $3,100. All right.
All right. You have a great day.
Cheers.
All right,
Melinda.
there you go. Hey, it wasn't a repeat guess, but you can knock that off the board.
I mean, it does kind of fall into, and maybe I'm giving stuff away here, but the same categories like, do we love playing live, love playing concerts, love playing outdoors? These are all answers that we've already gotten. And especially you think about like a band like the Trues and how many shows they'll play coast to coast in this country in any given calendar year. I don't think the answer, I feel safe saying, will be any place they play a concert.
Sure, bands always lie when you see them in concert and say this is their favorite place.
Yeah. We've never had any more fun than right here in Springton.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Check this out. The Ontario Ministry of Transportation is allegedly suspending 1,200 truck driving licenses due to fraud.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fraud.
And if you think about that, that's just in Ontario. Imagine across the country how many licenses are going to be suspended.
Damn. So just people fudging the paperwork? Or?
So I don't know. Some dude at MTO or a bunch of people are going to be in some hot water over the next few months. But the weird thing is shouldn't they just be revoked instead of suspended if they were like forged?
I guess, yeah. You make a point. Like, is it suspended to give the people the opportunity to try and regain them?
I feel like you shouldn't be allowed. Like, if you faked it, it's such a dangerous thing to do. And I mean, pretty easy to spot on the road. I think we've all been on the 401 or whatever and seen those people in their semis that are driving in the left lane, crossing back and forth like they're in a sedan.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen, if we're all being honest, I'm 99% sure you all have fake driver's licenses, but that's neither here nor there. But you're right. Like, if they never properly got a driver's license, so why are we suspending them? Make them take it away and make them go through the process to do it properly. You know what it is? Maybe you just can't take them all away because it might cripple the trucking industry.
I guess.
That's a lot of people who would suddenly have to go through an arduous process to get their license back.
Mm-hmm.
So that could have some big supply chain issues if you did it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this numbers continue to climb with this because I feel like 1,200 is probably on the low end of things.
Yeah,
you know?
honestly.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You should send a text right now. 762-555. Ask us all your questions now. We'll try to read it on the radio. Just send a text. All right, let's get her going here. 762-555. First question in. Says, does it get frustrating knowing the right answer for the contest and getting all the wrong answers?
Oh, I've been stressing about this for over a month now since we found out what it was going to be.
It's harder outside of work, hanging out with friends,
right?
Because even they're like, come on, man, I'll split it with you. And I'm like, I wish I could do that.
Right. And it's also because like when we're in here, you're kind of on your guard, right? People are texting in. Even I saw somebody texting a bunch of like yes or no questions that you were answering.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to slip a like, is the answer blah, blah, blah. It's like, we're not going to tell you because we're on our guard. But when you're out in the world and you're just having like a normal ass conversation with somebody and then they try to like side it in there, you're like, hey, don't do that.
It's like when you know your buddy's going to propose, but he hasn't done it yet. That's
you got to
how it
hang
feels.
on to the information.
Someone says, would either of you be insulted if someone dressed as you guys for Halloween? I mean, what are you going to wear? Just sweatpants and a hoodie?
That's the thing, is I don't think that I have a particularly signature look that you could dress up as. I would also be concerned, how big are you going with the barrel? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, unless you're a naturally heavy person, you're going to have to pad the midsection And if you pat it too much, that's going to hurt my feelings.
All you need to do for me is just wear a baseball hat, have a terrible mustache, and put a mole on the side of your face.
Well, you also need a Leafs jersey and sadness.
Yeah.
Those two things are also pretty key.
It's easy to come by, though. Someone said, why is a pizza round but the box is square? And I've seen this before, so I gave it a Google. Do you want to know the reason?
So I just want to guess before, because I haven't looked it up. I just feel like it's so there's room for your hand to go in to grab a slice.
No, so it's actually cost-effective manufacturing, they say.
Oh.
Then it's efficient storage because the flat square boxes stack up, take less space.
Oh.
And then they're easy to assemble. And then plus for the pizza itself, it gives it some buffering and protection room.
I guess, yeah, if the box was round, you would expect the pizza to, like, fit perfectly in there. And then if the pizza is off or the box is off, then it's a waste of, that makes a lot of sense.
Who says this isn't a learning program?
This is nothing if not an educational program.
All right, we'll wrap up with this one. Someone said, what is a compliment that actually feels like an insult?
Anything that implies that, like, I never expected you would be able to do the thing that you've done.
Yeah, or like anything where it's like, I love how you don't care about what anybody thinks.
Right.
So backhanded.
You have such a unique sense of fashion.
Or when someone has to slide actually into their sentence where they go, you actually look really good in that shirt.
You're actually really good at this.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, was your expectation that I was bad at it before we got here? What's happening?
I love that for you is another one.
Oh, bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Bless your heart feels bad in pretty much every situation.
The other one that drives me crazy, and a lot of people are doing it lately, appreciate you.
I like appreciate you. I say that a lot.
Appreciate you sounds so passive for some reason. Like, it's the kind of thing that you say when you're like looking up from your phone and it's like, hey, here, I got you some food. Appreciate you.
Oh, see, I don't know. I feel like it's earnest. I think maybe it's in the delivery. Like when people tell us that we really like the show, we listen every morning. I'll be like, I appreciate that. I appreciate you for doing that. Whereas, yeah, I could see if they're not like giving you, it could be the default answer.
I appreciate you saying that.
I don't know how to take that.
See?
Now.
Exactly.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.